Okay, so I've had a request for DCS. I'm just going to show you the easy way. So I already have DCS installed. If you don't have DCS installed, the instructions will be fairly similar, except you'll have to change the executable. But otherwise, here's what we're going to do. You're going to click Add Non-Steam Game. You're going to go to Browse. If you already have it installed somewhere like I do, you will go to that installation and you will apply it in there. If you don't, then you just have to put the install, the DCS install executable in here instead. But since I don't need to do that and I already have it, I'm just going to do that. And as you will see, I've already got it in here, but what you will notice is that I have options here and it's compatibility, whereas in the one that I just made so that you could watch me do this, we do not have the launch options and we do not have compatibility set. So first off, you're going to want to try to check mark there. Hopefully you've got experimental already installed, and then hit play once you have the proton set up, or once you have experimental. So the goal of this right now is not to actually start the game. The goal right now is to make a proton prefix, basically. So we can just cancel this now, because now we should have a prefix, but it's going to try and start, so we're just going to click stop, because I do not want it to play right now. So if you don't have proton tricks installed, sudo apt-get or pacman or yum or whatever package manager you got, just install proton tricks, and it'll also show up in here. If you go, you can just use the GUI as well to just start it, but I like starting it here just so that I can have a debug. And then you see we have two. I'm going to assume it's this one, and I'm going to go OK. You can ignore these files, or these messages that pop up, especially if they say just exactly this, which they should. Something upstream or downstream, I can't remember. Either way, you can safely ignore them. They're not going to cause you any problems. Okay? So then we're just going to go click OK, 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 and then it should bring up this. Select your default line prefix, set OK. First off, go to install a font, click OK. Scroll down, you want core fonts. Just do that, select OK, and then let it do its thing. It's going to take a few minutes there. That's okay. Just let it do its thing. Once it's done that, you'll come back here, install Windows DLL component, click OK, and then we will want to select a few things here. So first off, not that one, this one, and this one, and DirectX 10 and DirectX 11. Well, D3D I should say, but either way, it doesn't really matter. Just make sure you get all four of those, and then there is one, I think it's only one other that we need here, and that should be VC run. At least that's all I was needed to do with last time, earlier today. So, where is it? VC run 2017. Alright. Okay, and then you'll click OK, and then that'll run through its thing, and that'll be that. Once it's done that, run WineCFG, because we need to set it so that it goes to Windows 10 and not the default Windows 7. Once you installed all those packages, it'll probably say Windows 7 here, so you need to change that to Windows 10. Click apply, and then OK. We should be good to go at that point. So yeah, that's pretty much it for DCS. It's really simple now. So anyway, let's just open this back up. And then Oh yes, if you want to do VR, you will need to add the VR launch options here. So um, before you add these options though, you want to actually start the game. So it should just work without VR right now. Actually it might not, but let's see. Because either way, what you're going to need to do is, first of all, obviously log in. If you have any downloads, like your maps or your planes and whatnot, you'll have to do all those downloads, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, and if you have just run through the setup here instead of just using a previous install, then you will have to change the executable. So when you go to here, you'll have sorry, this one. When you go here, you won't see DCS, you'll see the DCS setup file. You just need to change that to the file that you're actually using. And because I'm not loading a VR, it might complain here. But let's see. Do we have an application running? It's trying. We have wine up. Still think it might tell me to pound. Oh, nope, here we go. Thought it was going to tell me to pound salt, but nope. Alright, so you notice that I've got this set up in a window. This is purely so that I get more frames on VR. This is actually my window is set up for all low video setup. Everything is low, or as low as it can be. So, alright, so once you're in here, if it'll let me. Will you let me in? Huh. I don't know why it's not letting me into the options here. That's very weird. Why is it not letting me into the options? Huh. Weird. So if I move the window down, it lets me select the options. Anyway, here we go. So go into the VR, you'll need to enable, click on that, and then you can add the options in here for that to work. But as you can see, I've already got it set up, and then I'll just show you my, if I can, there we go, figured it out. So yeah, as you can see, I've pretty much turned everything down as much as I can, just to get those extra frames, as until the driver is working perfectly, it's a little chop. Anyway, here's, now that we've done that, you can basically just go in here and then put in your launch options, and you should be good to go. I'm just going to get rid of that, because I don't need that. And alright, we have rebooted, so now this should work. We hope. Come on, you can do it. No, apparently you can't. Oh, hey, there we go. Excellent. Alright, so and assuming that you have plugged in your VR settings, this should just work. take a few moments here, especially if you are on a spin drive. I highly suggest you put this onto an NVMe or some sort of solid state anyway. Textures. Oh yeah. War crimes. War crimes. Whee! Who wants to shoot an aim? Must be something out there. Right? Altitude.